And hello everybody, welcome back to British Stat. Today we've got Prime Minister Keir Starmer scrambling to blame everyone else as he implodes after the Trump tariff. An interesting interview, full of lies by the way, again saying that he has the working people of the United Kingdom at his interest and businesses, despite destroying businesses, or at least trying to destroy businesses in the spring budget and making the United Kingdom more poorer. And also a funny thing from the interview as well that I'd seen was that Starmer said he will fight to secure a deal with the US, adding that nobody wins a trade war. Again, make that make sense with what he's saying. Now, yesterday, of course, Donald Trump did, of course, announce that the UK would be getting 10% tariff as he announced a worldwide crackdown on levies. Addressing the United Kingdom's rate, Trump declared, United Kingdom 10% and we'll go to 10%, so we'll do the same thing. So that's what he said with regard to the UK. Now, a lot of people actually saying this is pretty good and this is the benefits of Brexit. The EU got literally pummeled by the Trump tariff. So I suppose if you were a Remainer, then there's some good news from Brexit after all. But let's go to Keir Starmer's response as he said, a bag of nothing, as he always does. Have a watch of this.
Last night, the President of the United States acted for his country, and that is his mandate. Today, I will act in Britain's interests with mine. I understand how important this is for your businesses, as it is for the British people. So we move now to the next stage of our plan. Decisions we take in coming days and weeks will be guided only by our national interest, in the interests of our economy, in the interests of businesses around this table, in the interest of putting money in the pockets of working people. Nothing else will guide me. That is my focus. And clearly there will be an economic impact from the decisions that the US has taken, both here and globally. But I want to be crystal clear. We are prepared. Indeed, one of the great strengths of this nation is our ability to keep a cool head. I said that in my first speech as Prime Minister, and that is how I govern. That is how we have planned, and that is exactly what is required today. Nobody wins in a trade war. That is not in our national interest. We have a fair and balanced trade relationship with the US, negotiations on an economic prosperity deal, one that strengthens our existing trading relationship. They continue, and we will fight for the best deal for Britain. Nonetheless, I want to be clear. I will only strike a deal if it is in our national interest, and if it is the right thing to do for the security of working people, protects the pound in their pocket that they work so hard to earn for their families. That is my priority. That is always my priority. So today marks a new stage in our preparations. We have a range of levers at our disposal, and we will continue our work with businesses across the country to discuss their assessment of the options. As I say, our intention remains to secure a deal, but nothing is off the table. We have to understand that just as with defence and security, so too for the economy and trade. We are living in a changing world, entering a new era. We must rise to this challenge, and that is why I've instructed my team to move further and faster on the changes I believe will make our economy stronger and more resilient. Because this government will do everything necessary to defend the UK's national interests, everything necessary to provide the foundation of security that working people need to get on with their lives. That is how we have acted and how we will continue to act, with pragmatism, cool and calm heads focused on our national security.
Now, there was a ton of lies, of course, in that spiel, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Firstly, Keir Starmer doesn't know how to fight, first and foremost. That's never going to happen. And doing the best for British interest has never been the case for Keir. You know, Rachel and Keir love to blame, or are probably loving this now, because they're able to blame America for job losses. They're scrambling to blame everybody else because they've got so much heat from the spring budget, and since they've taken power, their initial budget as well. We've seen the UK go down the pan massively, and people losing jobs, businesses struggling, was down to them. But now they're probably lapping this one up, and now going to be able to blame the United States, blame Donald Trump for this, when in actual fact it is Rachel and Keir causing the job losses here in the UK. They're always pointing the fingers at others and not taking the blame themselves. Again, it's probably something that they wanted to happen. Now, the tariffs itself, with regard to the UK standpoint, now, of course, look, I don't have a problem with Donald Trump, of course, protecting American interests. I really don't. And to be fair, America have to. And to be fair, the way that Donald Trump is as a president is American people first. And that's the way it should be for any country. But the fact that Keir is now using this as a situation where he can point fingers and blame others for these certain things with regards to jobs and business is so ironic. It's so uncalculated and just shows how out of depth he is. I mean, a couple of days ago, last week, we seen about the spring budget. We seen about the real consequences of working people and what businesses are going to feel under their spring budgets and the budgets that they've done previously in October. The decisions that they've made since they've came into power back in the summer. It's nightmarish. It's bad. It's really, really bad, and it was already bad before these tariffs have come in. So again, I'm not going to sit here and think that Keir Starmer has the British people's interest at his hands and at his disposal in his best interest, because that's certainly not the case. I mean, the decisions that he's made since coming into power have shown the exact opposite of that. So I'm not buying this fighting talk, as he's saying now, with regard to the tariff and doing what's best for British people, because he doesn't give a crap, nor the working people, by the way. I don't like this mantra he keeps on peddling about doing what's best for working people, putting money in the pockets of working people, because everything that he does, every decision he makes, goes completely against what that saying is supposed to be. So don't buy it, don't believe it. And what is he really going to do? What's he going to do against Donald Trump? What's he going to do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I would cue in that him punching the punching bag that time, but again, I could be bothered, but it was it's certainly hilarious. I cued that. But guys, do let me know your thoughts on the tariffs in general. Do let me know your thoughts on Keir Starmer's response down there in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.